today I'm going to share with you my top resources to help you on your path to success. Now, got quite a bit of content to go through, and I know for sure you're going to get a ton of value from this. Some of it you may be familiar with, maybe some of it not so much, but it's going to be actually quite a comprehensive amount of information, which is really going to help you maximize a lot of different areas in your network marketing business. In fact, a lot of these points will cover a lot of pretty much any business really. So, evening Caroline, good to see you. So guys, I'm going to get straight into it and get moving on with the content. So, my top resources to help you on your path to success. Now, obviously inside of the network marketing industry, it's very important that we take action on what we know. Obviously, the most important parts of network marketing is that you are connecting with new people, you're inviting people to look at your business, at your product, at your service, and that you are obviously looking after your team members, you're looking after your customers. So all of those parts are integral, they're crucial to your success in the industry. But what I'm going to share with you today is going to be some information and some different tools that you can use to really help you and make you more efficient in different areas, more professional in different areas, and just generally make your life easier. So hopefully you're going to get a ton of value from this. I know that I have, and some of these different tools and things that I've found. So let's get straight into it. So we're going to start off with personal development, one of my favorite topics. So first of all, if you do personal development, drop me a 1 in the comments. Now, personal development is an absolutely crucial part of network marketing, because most people who come into the industry, they want a level of success in line with their goals, and most people understand that in order for them to push forward and have greater levels of success, they have to become more themselves. So they have to invest in their own personal development. Now, for a lot of people, the last time they'd done any form of development would have been during school, maybe college, university, and it's long gone since they were doing any form of work on themselves. So let's talk about some of the resources that I love and I get a ton of value from when we look at personal development. So number 1 is the Kindle app. So I have that on my iPhone and on my iPad. Whether you have Apple or not, you can obviously get it on different Android versions as well. But the Kindle app is super easy, whether it's on your phone or the tablet. The reason I love it is because you take your phone with you everywhere, so you always have reading material there. Whereas if it's books, it's very easy to forget to pack a book if you're off on the move somewhere, or something like that. So, hey, evening Chantel, good to have you on. Don't worry, you are not missed much at all. So the Kindle app is number 1 on my recommendations for you guys for personal development. So number 2 is Audible. Now, Audible is a fantastic app that I've got on my phone, and I've got an absolute ton of great books that have been converted into audio format by the authors of their books. So what I have is, I have set times in my routine where I like to read, and I have set times where I like to listen to audios. For me personally, I like to read last thing in the evening before I go to bed, because I feel it relaxes me, gets me into a good state prior to going to sleep, whereas I listen to audios pretty much all day. I'm pretty crazy on audios, different stuff, podcasts as well. So Audible is fantastic, and you can get pretty much every great book that has ever been written, you can get it in audio format within Audible. And it obviously caters for both of your tastes really as well. So if you are, if you much prefer reading to audio or audio to reading, you can obviously have your choice of what you want to do. So it's really, really effective. So the next one on the personal development front is Blinkist. Now, this is something I found probably about a year ago, and this is absolutely fantastic. Now, what you'll find when you go through your personal development journey is that some books or some audios that you read or listen to, you will get a ton of value from, and some of them not so much. That's obviously completely normal, that you might read a book, you might listen to an audio, and it might give you a ton of value for your business, but sometimes it won't. So what the Blinkist app is really useful for, in my opinion, is 2 different things. So the first thing is it allows you to screen a book before you commit to reading the full thing or listening to the whole audio format. And secondly, if you are someone who is pretty tight on time and you want to get the value from any given book that's going to help you in business in the industry, well, what Blinkist does, for those that doesn't know, is it breaks down the key highlighted points from each book. So it's got hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of books on there already. And this is in audio format as well, guys, or text, so you can choose. So you can choose to read the blinks, or you can choose to listen to them. And all the blinks are highlights of each chapter of the book, giving you the key takeaways for all of these great books. So if you're pushed on time, it's an excellent tool for you to obviously digest some of the key points from those books, or if you want to just have a look at it prior to committing, you can obviously do that as well. So it's Blinkist, Caroline, so that is Blinkist, Blinkist. So yeah, it's an awesome app. It does require a subscription. I took out an annual subscription for it because I seen a huge amount of value in it immediately, but you can pay a cheaper rate to use it monthly or whatever as well, but it's not actually that much at all, in all honesty. So personal development, my recommendations and the tools that are helping me most are Kindle for reading, Audible for listening, and Blinkist for the reasons I've just mentioned there. So the next up, we're going to talk about connecting. So connecting with people, what resources do you have available to you that are going to obviously help you connect with people? So I don't need to talk about the most common one. So no doubt you guys are using WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger all the time anyway. They are the most common platforms for connecting with people daily, consistently. It may be new, friends, family, prospects. It could be customers, people in your team. They are absolutely the most common features or platforms that people use. I'm going to talk to you about a couple more. So if you're not familiar with it, Zoom is an awesome platform for a couple of different reasons. So Zoom is an online video call platform, and it also allows you to host webinars. So why is Zoom useful? So it's useful for a few different reasons. Firstly, so if you want to chat with your team, or if you want to do training calls with your team, it's an excellent platform to use in order to deliver and execute training calls. It's a great platform for hosting three-way calls or one-to-ones with people, so that you can see them face to face. It helps you build that relationship, know, like, and trust, and it helps you execute meetings in a much more effective way. Obviously, you can connect with anyone all over the world. And what it's also great for is if you have a presentation, maybe you've got a presentation you want to deliver, and you want to deliver it within social media, you can actually screen share, for example, a PowerPoint presentation from Zoom onto Facebook, onto a group you manage, onto your business page, onto your personal profile. So it's really awesome for you to be able to execute and deliver content out there to people. So it's really good. Did one today with the salon owner. Yeah, awesome, Chantel. Zoom is absolutely fantastic. So that was connecting. So you've got the usual WhatsApp Messenger, then you have Zoom, and the last one I'm going to throw at you, which is quite useful, and this is for audio calls, and it's called Mobile VoIP. So that's mobile VoIP, and that's VoIP. Now what that is it allows you to make super cheap international voice calls. Obviously you've got Skype and things like that as well, but mobile VoIP, I have it on my phone, and I've used it a lot when I'm making international calls when it's not possible to do a video call. So just another tool there that you can use at your disposal. So that's connecting. Next thing we're going to look at is business management. So before I go into it, guys, drop me a 2 in the comments if sometimes you get lost in your business. You think you've got things to do everywhere, you wish you could plot things out in a much more manageable way, and you wish you had some features and tools at your disposal so that you had more structure to what you do. So if that is ever you, drop me a 2 in the comments so I can check it out. So let's go into business management. So the first thing I'm going to discuss is file storage. You're going to build a huge amount of different files within your network marketing company, within your business. It could be documents of, PowerPoint presentations, PDFs, Word documents, Excel spreadsheets, you name it. It can even be video, photographs, etc. You're going to absolutely, accumulate a ton of different documents and different types of material that you need to store somewhere. So obviously you can do that on your computer if you have one, but there comes a point where it starts to bog up your computer and it's not going to be very efficient. So what I'm going to recommend, a few things here in terms of file storage. So the first one that I use every single day is Dropbox. So Dropbox is basically an online storage facility. There are other variations of Dropbox as well, so obviously you can check them out if you prefer something different, but Dropbox for me is excellent because it allows me to store absolutely everything to do with my business, to do with my personal branding, my website, my content that I deliver, all of my graphic design work. It allows me to store family content on there, photographs, etc. It declutters my computer and allows me to store all of that on there. And when I want to share things, it's very, very simple. So I can share any form of document or content from there to other people, and I can also give people access. So for example, you can give your team access to go there and, you know, send out information or access information at any given time. So that's Dropbox. The next thing is, if you don't want Dropbox, you can maybe use your Facebook groups. So no doubt. So let me know, drop me a 3 in the comments if you use a Facebook group to help you manage or work with your team inside of your business. So whether that is a team a group that you've created yourself, or whether it's a group someone else has created, just drop me a 3 if you're currently using groups for helping you to run your business, helping you to connect with your team or your customers, etc. So Facebook groups are an excellent way for you to store information as well. The reason behind that is, so if I add something to Dropbox, so only I can see it. Yeah, Chantel, so when you add something to Dropbox, unless you have given shared rights to someone else, then obviously only you will be able to see it, because it will be stored on your personal Dropbox file. If you share the link to your Dropbox to someone else, obviously they'll be able to see that, access it, yeah, that's pretty much it, simple as that. So let's go back to Facebook groups. Now, Facebook groups, you can add files, so there's a files tab within the Facebook groups, so you can add all of your commonly used files within your Facebook groups. Again, photographs, it can be PDFs, Word documents, spreadsheets, etc. Anything that you feel is going to benefit your business, your team, you can store it in the file section, and they can go there as a central point where they can go and access that information. So super easy to do that. So Facebook groups is a great way to do it. Obviously, it doesn't cost you any money to do that. So yeah, really excellent way to do that. You can also create photo albums or within Facebook groups as well. So if you have commonly used photographs for your product or your service or your business opportunity that you want to group together so people can access them, saving you having to answer questions over and over again. Again, you can create those within your Facebook groups as well, so really super easy to do. The next one is Google Sheets or Google Docs, an excellent storage facility again that you can share access, you can link and give other people access to that. But I'll tell you one that Google Sheets specifically is excellent for, is the fact that you can have your, so drop me a 4 in the comments if you have a list. So if you have a list of prospects for your business, for your product, for your service. Now, if you have a list and it's a hard copy, that's great, and it allows you to do stuff maybe when you're at home or where you take it with you. But what Google Sheets allow you to do, so this is what I have on my version, is I have my prospect list on Google Sheets, and what it allows me to do is update that on the move. So I can update my list from anywhere. I literally just jump on there. Maybe I've had interaction with a prospect that day. I can jump on, I edit some details, some notes on what has been happening with that specific individual, and it obviously updates immediately, so it keeps you current at all times. As I say all the time, you've got your phone with you everywhere. Nobody these days leaves their phone without being sort of in the pocket or what have you. So anything that you can have access to from your phone, in my opinion, is obviously great. So that's Google Sheets, Google Docs. Next thing we're going to talk about is planning. So planning, I'm going to go through some different apps and features that are going to help you within the planning sort of topic, and that is, the first one is Calendars 5. So that's an app, Calendars 5. I'm an Apple slave, so I've got like Apple everything, so that's just the way I am. Maybe you guys are Android, but Calendars 5 is an app that I've got on my phone. It's much better than the standard calendar that comes with Apple devices, and when you look at it, you can go and check it out on the App Store or the Android Store and stuff if you want, but all I can say to you is that it's far more user-friendly for the type of industry and business that we are in. It's much better in terms of functionality, so it's a really good tool for you to use. The next one is the Reminders app. So obviously you have that on an iPhone, no doubt you have similar variants on Android devices, but the Reminders phone is absolutely fantastic. The Reminders app, is fantastic. So what that's useful for is if you're on the move and maybe someone checks in with you for your team to organise a 3-way call or a business opportunity event, or they ask you to do something and you have to remind yourself to do that later. If you rely on your memory, you know what's going to happen. all of these things going on in your business, in your life, you'll forget. So the Reminders app for me is a daily use thing that is absolutely awesome. And if you're on an iPhone, you don't even have to type. You can just use Siri and speak into your phone. It'll set the reminder for you and you're done and dusted. So super easy. Also, when you have got activities on the go, it's great to have a calendar, but by having a reminder with an alarm set, it obviously notifies you with a sound, with audio, so you can't really forget anything. So it's a superb little feature on the phone. The next one is your Notes app. So you have that on iPhone, again, probably similar on Android, or Evernote. So what these are useful for is taking notes of things you use frequently. So for example, you can add on the Notes app and on Evernote, you can not only write text, you can place links in there, you can put photographs in there, you can do pretty much everything. You can insert loads of different things. So it could be price lists for your business, your product, your service. It could be some of your key products or your services. It could be inviting scripts to different things. It could be absolutely anything, but any information you use regularly or that people ask for regularly, you can store it in your Notes app or Evernote. So really, really useful. The beauty of Evernote is that it syncs. So if you have maybe a phone, a tablet and a computer, you can sync Evernote across all three platforms, all three devices, and then obviously you have access to the same information no matter what you're on, so it's really, really effective. The next one after that is something called Wunderlist. Now think of drop me this time, let's go for a different one. Drop me a 5 in the comments if you have a to-do list or whatever you call it, words to that effect. So if you have a to-do list, maybe you have, like a lot of network marketers, you have 10 to-do lists. So if you like to make some lists, if you have a to-do list, drop me a 5 in the comments. So what Wunderlist is, if you're not familiar with it, is it's effectively a to-do list or an organizer for lists. So you can create numerous lists, and you can also create numerous categories for different lists. So for example, you could have a list for customer support, a list for team support, it could be a list for prospecting or inviting, following up, etc, etc, etc. You can have lists for absolutely everything, and the beauty of Wunderlist as well is it allows you to star. It allows you to star certain things, and what that means is you can star the most important things that you have to achieve every single day. You go to the Starred tab, and rather than look through all of your lists, you've got everything that needs to be done. So maybe if you're doing a bit of Eat That Frog and you want to tackle the biggest, the most important tasks of the day, you can maybe just red star those most important tasks, even if they're on different lists, and you can go access that and then obviously take care of them straight away. So hopefully you understand that. You're getting plenty of value here. So if you're getting value already, guys, and there's some stuff that is new to you and you think it's going to help you out, just give me some thumbs up in the comments. So that was planning, guys. Next I'm going to talk about photo, video, design, graphic design side of life. Now within the network marketing industry, I have no doubt that you are placing marketing content out there. Most of you will be using social media, so you'll be using maybe inspirational quotes, you'll be placing content out there about your product or your service, maybe about your business opportunity. So if you are placing marketing content out there, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, any of the social media platforms, drop me, what number are we on now? Drop me a 6 in the comments if you are placing marketing content out there. So what I go through now is going to really help you out to slicken this up and make yourself, stand yourself out from the crowd, which is what you're trying to do. You're trying to compete with millions of other network marketers from thousands of different companies. So this is going to help you. So let's go into it. So what have we got? So I'm going to go through some basic apps which are really easy for doing stuff like your inspirational quotes and things like that, or maybe promotions for your team, or anything in that sort of description. So the first one is WordSwag. WordSwag, really easy to use app on the iPhone and Android, which is really effective for creating quotes and things like that. You also have PicCollage, so it's one of those collage apps which allows you to group pictures together, add text, etc. to it. So really super easy apps that you can use that are going to help you when you're creating content within your business. So that's the first two. The next one is one of my absolute favorite resources that I use every single day now, and that's Canva. So that's C-A-N-V-A, canva.com. There's also an app for it, but I much prefer using it on the computer. because it's I just think the functionality is far better on a computer. But Canva is incredible. You can create graphic design work and content for anything, any social media. So all of the sizing is already done for you. So you can go on there and there's templates for example, a Facebook post, a Facebook header, an Instagram post, a YouTube picture, you know, a YouTube thumbnail, all of these different things. It's all there. An ebook, you can create an ebook on there. You can create blog cover. Absolutely everything. You know, the sky is honestly the limit with it. It's fantastic. They give you a lot of free templates. Some of them are paid, but you don't need to pay for anything. Trust me, I haven't paid a single penny for anything. You can upload your own images so onto Canva that you can use. You can modify and you know, play around with your images. And what I do is I go onto a website called Pexels. That's P-E-X-E-L-S, Pexels.com. Or Google Images, and I just search for, so you literally put in a keyword for whatever you're searching for. You will bring up that image. You can then save it and upload it to Canva. You can then put it onto the template that you wish to make, and then you can play around with it, add text, logos, etc. And then you can make it look absolutely slick so that when you put it onto social media, it catches people's eyes. So it's really, really good. Are they easy for non-techie people? Yeah, absolutely, Chantel. Chantel, if you go back through my page, or I think it's even on my YouTube channel, or you can remind me after and I'll maybe tag you in it, I've already done a video tutorial on Canva, which just takes you through how easy it is. So it's like anything, it's easy once you know how. So if you jump on and take a look at my video tutorial, it's really easy to use. Once you work it out, it takes you seconds to create some pretty superb content. So yeah, easy peasy. Now, where was I? So Canva, Pexels, Google Images. Next one I'm going to talk about is a couple of things that you guys can do to stand yourself out from the crowd even further. So you do not have to be an absolute rock star to start to brand yourself. Now, I've already had some people take my advice on this. They've started to brand themselves. They've started to do a few things that are a little bit different. So what I'm referring to here is the first thing is a website called Fiverr, Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr.com. Now what this is it's full of graphic designers who can create for you for as little as just a couple of dollars. They can create a logo for you. So maybe you want to create a brand logo around your name. So they'll create you a really slick logo for like $5, and you can place that, for example, if you're using Canva, onto all of your content, and then it stands you out from the crowd. Also, you can have stuff created like animated videos for if you have video footage that you placed on social media. If you look at mine on my YouTube channel, you can get that made again for as little as $5 to $10. So it's really, really awesome for you to get stuff done. So you might think to yourself, what can I do to, you know, separate myself from the masses? Well, this is it, guys. This is the sort of thing that you can do to stand yourself out and make your content more notable than anyone else's. So really easy to use. So you literally go back and forth with your designer. They'll knock you up your content. You'll proofread it, and then away you go. You can start to use it on all of your content. Next one is iMovie. So obviously if you're not an Apple user, you'll have to use another type of platform. But all of my video work that I do for my YouTube channel, for my website, I've already got my intro videos from Fiverr.com. So I simply use, for example, I'll do a Facebook Live. I'll put it onto iMovie. I'll put my intro video on there. I'll embed my logo onto the video, and I'll crop the video so that it's got some of the niff-naff off there from the Facebook Live, some of the chit-chat, and then I'll upload it to YouTube, upload to my website. So that's repurposing your content, and it's more effective. So hopefully that helps you out as well, guys. The next one is pretty funny, but it's something that I use all the time now, and it's honestly, it's so funny, but it's simple, but it makes people smile. And it's called, it's an app on the phone again, and it's called Dubsmash. So what that is, some of you may have heard of it before, is it basically it plays an audio and you act out as if you're singing to what it is. So for example, I'll give you an example of what I use it for. Some of you will have seen this already, you think it's funny. I use it for people's birthdays. So birthdays on Facebook, I get loads of them every day. So rather than send someone a generic message which everyone sees, unless obviously they're inside your team, but especially prospects and people you're trying to connect and build relationships with, you can send them a happy birthday message using that app. and it is hilarious, guys. Honestly, you will get people coming back to you in absolute, stitches, because it's so funny. They're so cheesy, but so funny, but it's going to help you build better relationships. Remember, when you connect with people, if you can make them laugh, that's going to move you well on your way to developing a great relationship with those people. So that's photo design and video. Next thing we are going to talk about is mindset. Now, drop me, I think we're at 7 now, so drop me a 7 in the comments if you currently work on your mindset. So personal development we've talked about already, but specifically, if you work on your mindset through any variation, drop me a 7 in the comments. Let's have a look at who's working on that. I laugh so hard that yours to me. Yeah, it's absolutely awesome, isn't it, Chantel? Awesome. Right, so let's talk about mindset. So the first thing that I can recommend to you guys is an app that I use every day. So I use it first thing in the morning. So here's a part of my morning routine, guys. What I will do is I get up in the morning, and the very first thing I do once I've, pulled my head out of the clouds is I'll come up into my office, and then I'll get my Headspace app on. Now, Headspace is basically an app for meditation. I don't pay for it. So there's a 10 days worth of meditation on there, and I literally go through it, back to the start, through it, back to the start. So Headspace it is. Meditation, what it allows you to do is it allows you to clear your mind of all of the busy traffic that's going on in there, and it starts to allow you to have clarity and help you with focus on what you have to do. So you can do it anytime you want, but I find it easier to do it in the morning when I've just woken up and I don't have as much going on in my mind. So just one for you. So Headspace, that is. The next thing is the Tony Robbins podcast. So drop me an 8 in the comments if you have done any of Tony Robbins' courses or his content, his audios, his books. This guy is obviously an absolute icon within the network marketing industry. Why? Because he is phenomenal at what he does, and he has such a huge impact on other people. I've literally spent so much time listening, reading, and I've been to one of his courses as well, UPW, back at the beginning of this year, and he's phenomenal. What he does is incredible. So if you go and check out his podcast, obviously he's releasing content on there regularly, which is going to help you with different areas. And as you know, with him, he's obviously tackling different areas of your mindset and making you become just better in life, better in relationships, better in business. So I really recommend that. So that's the Tony Robbins podcast. Next one is Mel Robbins. So some of you guys may have heard of the 5-second rule by a lady called Mel Robbins. So she is incredible. If you've not checked out the 5-second rule, what I would suggest you do is head across to YouTube at some point, search for the 5-second rule. It'll pull up some of Mel Robbins' content and check it out. It is absolutely fantastic. Now, what I would do, I do some Tony Robbins every day. Yeah, awesome. So what I would do is go and check out that content first, and if you like her, which I know you're going to love her, is she does something within her website which is basically 31 days of helping you move yourself forward with your mindset. And to access that, I'll give you, because you won't find this anywhere unless you buy her book or buy her audio, which obviously I've done. So if you go to melrobbins.com/31 sessions, so that's melrobbins.com/31 sessions. That's going to take you to an area on her website which is hidden away, and you just simply put your name and email in, and she will send you to your email inbox a 31 days worth of mindset work. So really, really great little sort of bit of content for you. And the next one, guys, is YouTube. So if you don't like or you don't resonate with any of those people that I've spoke about, which I'd be surprised if you didn't, just jump onto YouTube and start searching for mindset, personal development, and start to try and find speakers who resonate with you, who you can connect with and who you find valuable, and then just start to subscribe to the YouTube channel, start to listen and watch the content, and that's really going to help you out. So that was mindset, guys. We are now going to move on to love the 5-second rule. Yeah, it's absolutely awesome, Claire, it really is. So we're going to move on to training now. So we've covered obviously mindset and a whole bunch of other stuff. So training, what I mean by training is this is the type of content that's going to get you better at the skills required in network marketing. So obviously we know we have to get better at connecting with people, at building relationships, at inviting people, following up, closing, etc., etc. The list goes on. So some of the stuff that I'm going to give you for training. So the first one is pretty recent, and I know most of you guys are going to have heard of this already, but it's the app, the ML Mentor, so by a good friend of mine, which most of you guys know, Carl Amery. Now, what that's going to help you with is all of the prospecting and recruiting skills within inside the network marketing. So obviously it's going to help you with icebreakers, with inviting in loads of different situations, following up, closing, etc., etc. So why that's useful is it's activity learning. So you're going to use the app whilst you're in real-time situations with your prospects, and it's going to help you get better, because what happens as you use the content from the app, you start to digest it, and obviously it'll become a part of who you are. You won't even need to use certain parts of the app after a while, because it'll become second nature to you as you go through the content. So ML Mentor is one. Drop me, what are we on now, guys? So we're on, I think, 9. So drop me a 9 in the comments if you already have the ML Mentor app. So next up was my website and my YouTube channel. So as you know already, for those that have been following me, I cover the full spectrum in network marketing. So I cover both mindset and motivation, I cover prospecting and recruiting, I cover online marketing and social media strategies. So from me, you pretty much get the whole pie, if you like. So my training is going to help you across the board, whereas some others are a little bit specific. So if you go to my YouTube channel and obviously subscribe to that, what that allows you to do, guys, is obviously on the Facebook page, you know I'm live here Monday through Friday at 7 PM every day. And that's great, you can tune in and catch the content, but as with every Facebook page, it's very difficult to navigate through and find content. So maybe you see a great video from me that you found valuable and you're like, oh, where on earth can I find that? So it's easier if you head to the YouTube channel, you can simply scroll through the videos and it's much easier to navigate. Or if you go to my website, thejohnhamilton.com, there's a videos tab on there, and again, all of my video content gets uploaded to there, and you can just scroll through and see what content you want to watch. So super easy. Hey Simon, thanks for that. A mind of information. Yeah, thanks Yvonne, nice one. So that's mine. Next one, guys, I'm going to go through is podcasts. The reason I love podcasts is, unlike, you know, let's be honest, most of us are connected. We have data on your phone, whichever type of phone you have, but unless you're connected in a Wi-Fi environment, and as network marketers and in business, you do a lot of traveling. So with, unlike when you're trying to stream video content or audios, what you get with podcasts is you can actually download them so that they're on your device. So I'm going to give you some podcasts that are going to help you with training, and these are incredible. I listen to them, for example, when I'm driving in the car alongside Audible, so I've got a huge amount of content that helps me get better every single day. So the podcasts I'm going to recommend to you, there is 3 of them. First one is Your Virtual Upline. This is my absolute favourite. Why? As I kind of hinted to you guys a minute ago, when you find a trainer or someone that is giving you value and content, there is going to be certain trainers that you find that you connect with. You think, I love how he presents or she presents, I really connect with them, I resonate with this person, and I love to listen to them or watch them. So for me, what was it called? The Your Virtual Upline podcast is by Bob Heilig, and he is my favourite trainer in the industry. Why? Because I relate to him, I resonate with him, I absolutely love his content, and I honestly telling you right now, if you've not checked out his podcast, go do it, listen to some of the podcasts on there, and you're going to get a ton of value from it. Next one is Home Business Profits, and that's by Ray Higdon. I'm sure you guys all know him by now. Absolute industry icon. So he does, you know, little short snippets, podcasts ranging from 5, 10, 15 minutes, just giving you value pretty much every day or every couple of days. So that's Home Business Profits. Next one is Network Marketing Pro, which is obviously Eric Worre, and again, I'm sure you guys know him. So that's the 3 podcasts that I'm recommending to you. These guys cover, again, you know, quite a diverse amount of the network marketing industry skills for you to help you learn. Podcast is an app, Claire, yes. So, for example, on my iPhone, Podcast is an app that's already installed on there. I'm not sure how it works with an Android. You'd have to check out. Maybe someone on the live can help me with that. I'm not sure. I've been a slave to Apple for years now, so I'm not really sure what the Android variant is. I know it's available on Android anyway. And with just another thing as well, guys, which is useful, is if you go onto Bob Heilig's website, just check it out, it's bobheilig.com. He's actually got his podcast on his website. So you can click on a tab which has got podcast, and then you can play his content from his podcast directly from his website. So obviously that's useful as well. Yeah, your Apple, yeah, so you'll have the podcast app on your phone already, Claire. You simply go on it, search for any of the three that I've already spoke about, and obviously you'll bring up their thing. You just subscribe to that podcast, a little bit like subscribing to a YouTube channel. Then every time that person releases new content, it will appear on your iPhone, and then you can just download it. So super easy. So that was the podcast. That is pretty much it, guys. So what we covered there, just to recap, we covered the personal development stuff, Kindle, Audible and Blinkist. We covered connecting, mainly talking about Zoom and the different platforms, business management with file storage, planning, photos, videos and graphic design work. We covered some mindset content and some training specifics. So what I'm going to finish with, guys, firstly, before I forget, if you got value from tonight's live, just put value into the comments. It's always great to see. Secondly, my gift to you is there's a lot of content out there on the marketplace, and sometimes you feel overwhelmed at where to turn. So I've got, for anyone that knows me, I created the Dropbox storage system for the whole of the organisation which I'm a part of, and I shared that with pretty much everyone. Most people have got the links, but away from that, I am going to give you my gift to you. So if you want this, just put in gift in the comments, and what I'll give you is 8 different versions of content which are going to give you huge amounts of value. So basically 8 books, guys, and what it is 4 of them are going to be my favourite, my top 4 books on network marketing, which are going to give you it's going to sell you on the vision of network marketing and what it can do. It's going to train you on the skill set that you require for the industry. So 4 will be on that, and the other 4 will be my 4 favorites in terms of personal development, mindset, and getting yourself sharp and focused and good to go, so that you have a strong mind, because your mind is probably more important than the actual skills required in the industry. So if you want that, so my top 4 on network marketing and my top 4 on personal development in general, kind of mindset stuff, just put gift into the comments and I will send you them to, I'll direct message you them after the live later on this evening. Happy to do that. So guys, I've seen that a lot of you have got value, which is awesome. I appreciate you for being on here as always. If you feel someone else is going to benefit from hearing this, bearing in mind there is an absolute ton of content in here which is really going to help people with the business, please, please, please either tag people in the comments, maybe your team members, share it onto your personal profile or your team page on Facebook, so that people can benefit from all of that content that I've just gone through. Obviously, you can see my personality and my nature already. I share absolutely everything. I have a complete abundance mentality. Anything I learn, anything I pick up that is of value, I will share with everyone I know, whether they're in my company or not. It doesn't matter to me, because I know that there is no shortage of people, and the more I help other people, the more I will, or the quicker I will get to where I want to go inside of this little planet that we live on. So guys, by all means, share it. That would be really appreciated if you do. And yeah, that is it, guys. Hope you have an awesome Friday evening, whatever you are up to for the weekend. Have a fabulous weekend, whether it's with friends, family. If you're getting up to anything exciting, I wish you the very best of weekends, and I will catch you all on Monday.